It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. I am speeded up because I'm late. Do we ever get a show off on time?
Nope.
No. Welcome to all our friends all over the U.S.
I think we're now going to change our start time to 12:06.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can put the news at the top of the hour.
Exactly.
Did I ever tell you we could do that?
I think that we should. 12,
That's
12:06.
what people need is to see the stupid news. Listen, the bottom line here is I want to welcome all of you to the show. I want to say thank you to all our friends and guests. The studio is going at 16 different places at one time. And I have never met a woman in my entire existence of 57 years of life that can fill 2,000 square feet in 6 weeks.
It's pretty good,
You need
huh?
a bigger boat.
Well, between you and I, you know what happens? You come with your ideas, I come with mine, and then it's like your chocolate meets my peanut butter, and you got a whole big peanut butter cup. But wow, what a place to fill. I'm so excited that it's really a place of the arts. So, I believe in manifestation, that M word that you don't like.
Uh-huh.
And when we found this new space, it was about, to me, a collaborative space. I never dreamed we would be creating the collaborative space. But then again, God had different plans for us, so here we are. And it's truly an artistic, collaborative space. We've got Amy Rashevsky's art's going to be joining us. We've got Mary's art. Jay's art is always here with us. Do you like where we moved Desi and Lucy? We think we're going to rename our studios Desi and Lucy. That's what I think we're going to do. What do you think?
I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but okay.
And
I've learned to say yes.
Yes, right?
Get a mic.
Freddie's
mics.
learned, just say yes, because when he doesn't say yes, we even started with the meeting this morning that was something from extraterrestrials.
I've
all I can
learned
say.
the word you got it.
You got it?
You got it?
You got it.
And suddenly I'm having t-shirts made, you got it.
You got it. He
It's
says you got it. He goes,
unbelievable.
I
Wait till you
got
meet
it.
this guy. Wait till you meet Vinny. My cousin Vinny. I'm going to tell you about my cousin Vinny. This guy is unbelievable.
But happy Wednesday, everyone. Yes, it is a wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. If you have not been to our new studio, please come on out and see how it is evolving. It just keeps growing. We've got new plants, new kids program for our kids network. Now we're moving on to our second show, which you don't even know yet, a new commercial coming out. We've got photography
Where'd you put the
and
plants?
visionary. They haven't, they're on the other table.
You put them over there? Of all the places?
You know what? I forgot to move them. She brought them, and I forgot to honestly move them. But it's all good. Come on out. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard. It says Little Pond Family Theater on the outside. We're still in the process of rebranding and regrowing. You know what I realized on Friday?
I'm afraid to ask.
We've got the Artists for Autism coming also, so I want to give them some wall space as well and bring their art in.
Ladies and gentlemen, hurry up down to this theater before we run out of space. You're going to have to stand outside because you won't be able to fit in this place.
Isn't that unbelievable?
We have over 30 chairs now in the studio. We have a stage coming. We have a
Oh.
big presence coming on Tuesday, and we want all the artists here because it's going to be a terrific day.
Yes,
And
Tuesday we have the music of Ian Michael. He's coming in from England. He's an opera singer. We have Miriam Kramer, the violinist, and Nicholas Duncan, a pianist, who's coming. We actually have to give them confirmation. They're putting their sets together and how all of that's going to happen. A new event is coming out on Facebook, so Ev put a spectacular flyer together on that. And on Wednesday, we've got the Brain Bowl. Their committee meeting will be here, so they're taking their picture, not the meeting, the picture, because on January 31st, we'll be covering the Brain Bowl again at Boca West Country Club.
They're taking what picture?
Their committee picture.
All of them out here?
Which
Oh,
is
sorry,
why I
don't
want
need
all the
seats.
art up on the walls to give everyone a little bit more
Ah.
visibility as the background for the Brain Bowl, which I think is a great idea.
It is a great idea.
So that's on January 31st is the Brain Bowl. And actually, they're capping it. It's smaller this year. Only 700. So if you are interested, tickets are going up. Go to Eventbrite. Go to Brain Bowl on Facebook. You can get your ticket. The prices are going up to 150, so get them as soon as you can. And they are capping it this year at 700 to make it a little more family friendly.
Don't believe that. It starts with 700, turns into 7,000. It's the biggest event of the year.
But
It's
what a great
craziness.
event, and that's on Wednesday. So we've got a lot of things going on. My papers have papers, but I'm so excited to get that going.
There's a lot of events coming up. We got those events. We got Latinas coming as well. We have a whole bunch of stuff going. But listen, I want to also send a message out because I was told I don't speak to the universe.
Really? Who do you
That's
speak
what
to?
Vinny said. My cousin Vinny.
Oh, no, he was told we're going to ask Pazit about this as well. We have Pazit Perez with us. She's a visionary photographer. Jay
What?
Harmon's pictures are here. I
I
know,
gotta hold my
I've
heart.
got
I thought those
PTSD
were
from
falling.
last week, Amy. That's all I can tell you. I'm still in, can't breathe every time I hear something
I
fall.
hear you. I hear you.
That you don't speak positive words to the universe. So
Me.
you need to leave the past
Me of all
behind
people.
you, and you need to encourage the universe to provide and not do those limiting beliefs, is what he tells you.
That's what he said.
You got it?
So, that's he kept saying. You got it. This is what Vinny does. You got it. You got it. You got it. This is all day. I mean, I got his
All day.
fingerprints on my arm. You got it. I finally got it. So I'm gonna put it out there.
Okay.
If you have a hotel or you have a senior home or you have something huge, I want you to give us a call because I want to fill your place up with art. I don't want to sell just one painting. All the paintings you're going to see on this set, everything we're going to be taking in video is for sale. But I want to sell multiple because then if you buy, we will do a show from your place. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
We will not only do a show from your place, but we will put our gang out there, all 17 strong, and let them take video of the place, and we'll blow it up all over social media, radio, and the whole night.
We have our team, about building our team. And before we get going, I have to tell you what happened yesterday.
Well, you broke
So-
something out?
No. I went totally against anything I would tell any single woman not to do, I did. So we needed chairs for our warehouse, right? So I go on Facebook Marketplace and I find a great deal on chairs. We were going to go, but Michelle came to start hanging and it got a little late. I said, I got this. I'm going on my own. It was still daylight. Now, remember that Uber driver thing I did for about 30 seconds in my brain? That is clearly why I went into production and not an Uber driver, because I get lost. Even around the corner, I get lost. So I drive around this corner, I'm lost. I finally found what I think is the warehouse I go into. It's a mini storage place. No one's in the office. There's two guys working outside. They don't speak English. I text the guy who tells me where the chairs are. He tells me, Building C, Bay 20. I go back into storage unit. There's nobody on the premises.
And you were in the middle of the desert.
I was in the middle of North Lauderhill Tamarack. Nobody. So I'm smart enough not to get out of my car. I keep the doors locked, and I drive to the parking lot, and I leave. And I think, all right, let me call Omar. I call Omar. He says, no, you're in the wrong building. You have to go through the double gates. Gray building. I go back. Still Building C, still in the back of the parking lot in a warehouse. I go up, and there's tons of chairs and tables and everything. It's a full event rental place in a warehouse. The owner of the company's inside in his chair, and he says, come on in. And I'm thinking, there is no way I'm going to this warehouse by myself. So I'm like trying not to be panicked, right? I'm trying to be cool. And all worked out great. They were very nice. The party rental place, everything is amazing. But I'm thinking, if my daughter ever called and said, Mom, I'm going to a warehouse building, and I went into this warehouse with 3 men and I closed the door, I would have like, are you kidding me? Teddy, if you ever did that, you carry a knife, you're good. But anybody else, she carries a knife and an axe. I'm thinking I need to get my Krav Maga training
And all you
in.
carry is a high heel shoe.
Pretty much, which is why.
You gotta hit him in the eye.
But it all worked out. We got the chairs, and he made a deal for me. So I'm going to have him call in. He's a voice celebrity impersonator. He does 600 voices.
So can he call in a voice like we used to do with Connecticut?
So I'm going to have him do that.
Gotcha.
And after the hour I was there getting my chairs cleaned, he went through a few of them. I said, we only have 596 left to go. So we've got a lot more variety to go. And amazing party rentals. He has throne chairs also. So I'm going to see if we can maybe work a deal with
He threw a chair?
a throne chair.
Or throne?
A throne
I
chair.
thought he threw chairs.
I think we might need to do a show from a throne chair. So we're going to talk to Bob and Omar, and it all worked out well. But it's one of those things that I really wish I had Teddy with me, or I had my Krav Maga training.
You are one scary individual.
Pretty much so.
I
Now the
forgot.
question is, who is going to sit in that chair? Who's going to hold the throne?
Really?
Is any doubt?
Is there
Is
really
there
a
any
question?
Listen, for $1,
just
The
wanna
one
hear
with
it.
the longest hair. How about
I just
that?
want to hear it.
for a buck, For $1, you could be king or queen of the day. How's that?
No.
I'll rent it out.
No,
She
you have to
deserves
ask
it.
for
She
more.
deserves
Remember,
it.
you have to ask for your value in the universe,
You see
not
what I'm
the
talking
dollar.
about? I'm going to ask for somebody to pay to sit in the chair. No, I'm not doing that.
$1 an Instagram picture.
$1 an IG picture. We're raising the bar, guys. Is what we're
Fine.
doing.
Somebody help us.
But we got a lot going on today, so join our conversation, as Freddie always says.
What
He
do I
doesn't know what
say?
he says. Caring is sharing. So share out the show. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. I'm so excited because Amy is joining us, and Amy sent her friend, Pazit Perez, with us. We have Jay Harmon with us. Jay, always a pleasure to have you.
Oh, my pleasure to be here.
But Pazit, before we get into the power of pictures,
Wait a
we'll
minute,
talk
wait
to
a
Jay.
minute. Before you get into that question,
Yes.
hold on to that. I want to start something new for 2020
Okay.
on the show. We talked about this.
Yes.
I want to have the question of the day. And I want people, you can write in, you can call in, she'll give you the number because I don't remember it. You can call in, you can write in and tell us what the answer is for yourself for that question of the day.
Okay.
So today's question of the day, and you're putting me on the spot. Yes, I should have thought this out before I did it.
Did
Today's
I tell
question.
him to interrupt me and come up with a question of the day, Claire? No. Okay.
Well, we talked about
Yes,
this.
we did.
Okay, so the question of the day is.
Excuse me. I thought of the question of the day. Who's going to sit in the throne?
That isn't the question of the day because we don't have the seat yet. But we'll put that in the bin.
Good point.
The question of the day for me is during the holidays, when nobody was looking, what did you do that you didn't tell anybody? What did you do that nobody knows? Drop the turkey on the floor.
Do we have to keep it clean? No, the floor.
Well, we're on the FCC. I would think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We have to keep it clean.
I mean, you could. I mean, you could. Not, you can't play. I already know what you're thinking about. That doesn't count. That's
I
not.
cannot.
Try to keep it
And
funny.
it's only one thing at a time, right?
Try to keep it funny. But what did you do? And you can, you can think about it. We got 2 hours, and we'll start it off with things that nobody knows that you did, and you haven't told anybody.
Anything-
But during the holiday, until January 3rd,
Okay.
from Christmas to January 3rd, Hanukkah, the whole night. I want you to think about that. And if you want to write in your answer, you can. If you want to call in, what's the number?
888-994-4995. So you want to start with Pazit?
That's putting you on the spot, but okay. You want to start first?
With what what did I do?
That nobody knows.
knows of. Damn.
Damn.
I was thinking of it as you were asking. I can't think of something that I've done that nobody knows of.
Okay, I'll start.
Maybe pass it up.
I'll
Yeah, go
start.
ahead,
I'll
maybe.
start so you guys can think about it. I gave a gift to somebody that was gifted to me.
Oh, I see.
And then the person that gifted to me says, "How did you like what I gave you?" Oh my God, I went into song and dance. I never had it, never used it, never opened it. I didn't even know what was in it. Now, how hard is that to make believe you open a gift?
You didn't even open it to see what it was and take out the card that was taped to the top of
No,
the box?
I took the card off.
I thought I almost got you on
But
that
I didn't
one.
open the package. You know why? Because I can't wrap for bubbles. I cannot wrap. So I says, if I open it. So I didn't think I was ever going to see this person again. And I saw him again. How did you like the gift? Oh, it was
He
fantastic.
loved it. It was fabulous.
And she's looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? He's not even talking about the guy. I said, listen, I got to go. I got to take a call. I called myself. And that one's mine. All right, let's go on with the show. And if you think of yours, you can just blurt it out. Just give us a bell and blurt it out. And you can't play. No.
Teddy
I already
can-
know what you did. No, not Teddy, the other guy.
His lips are sealed.
Well, let's talk to Pazit because I'm really excited about what she does.
Okay.
Now, Amy told us that you're working on with her for some personal branding, so she
Yeah.
left it very benign until I read up what you did. And I'm thinking, holy cow, talk about a way to kick off the new year, right? New branding, new you. All right, so that sounds totally normal, right? But what Pazit does is you really envision it.
Yeah, well, what I love is through my work as a photographer, I discovered that we can use photography not to create memories, but to create your future. So how do we create someone's future? Well, we photograph them for who they want to become, not who they are. Who you are gets you more of who you are. So, you've already mastered that. But what's your next level? Like, what's your dream? Do you want to become like a New York Times bestseller? Do you, do you want to become like a millionaire this year? Do you want to become like a very known artist? And so what we would do is we would take ordinary people and we would brand them and align them with their dream. And what we noticed is that within 2 weeks to a year, people would become that person we photographed. So in essence, the proof the proof was the picture, because people were not that when we photographed them, but they became that, and now they're like, this is crazy. So now we understand that we create our reality if we're
But
able
hold
to
on,
picture it.
you took the picture and you see the future, or they tell you what they see?
They tell me it's their vision. So,
Okay.
for example, like today when I walked in to the Brooklyn Cafe show, he had you had a quick conversation saying, about the coffee, and right away, sometimes I can feel it right away, but if not, I would ask the person what they want to become. And right away I said to him, you got to sell your coffee. I could see your coffee like taking off like big time. And then he said, it's funny because that's one of the things that I'm working on right now. So sometimes I could just read it off a person, but if not, I'll ask a person, what is something that you want to accomplish? So an easy example was a car salesman. I had the same car salesman every 4 years. I would return my car. He was 73 years old. And I'd ask him, I said, is there something that you like to do? And he said, I always wanted to become a New York Times bestseller, but, I'm not sure. I don't even know how to write, right? And so we photographed him. And so I actually brought his picture, and we photographed him as a New York Times bestseller, as the cover of his book. And what was amazing is that eventually all the things for him to write the book came into play. So this was the picture that we did.
Wow.
So this was him as the salesman, and this was him.
Number one car salesman. So he was a car salesman. He wrote a book. He became a number one bestseller.
A New York Times bestseller, exactly. So basically, what happened is all the pieces he didn't know how he was going to do it, and most people don't know how they're going to accomplish their dreams. But all the little pieces came together in terms of we found a ghostwriter for him, and then he found a publisher, and he put the book together,
Wow.
and it's going on Amazon. And slowly but surely, all the pieces that he needed came to fruition, and now he's actually an author.
Now, let me ask you, is it because he actually believes he was going to be an author because he told you that's what he wanted to do, or was it you lit him up by saying you can actually do that?
Well, most people don't believe something until they see it, and sometimes we're so used to seeing ourselves as the same persona that we can't see ourselves differently. What I do is I bring out the potential in people, so I was able to show him a different version of him, and he emotionalized and identified himself with a New York Times bestseller and no longer a salesman. And so different ideas came to him, like writing, hiring somebody to help him write his book, and all the pieces came to him, and he took action on them. And today he's got a book out.
And not only a book, a bestseller.
New York bestseller.
Exactly. So that's basically the process of how it worked, and it didn't just work for him; it worked for many people. And from this transgressed a book that I wrote, which is The Little Golden Secrets to Get Anything You Happen Want. And so the book speaks about the process that I discovered as a photographer on how we create our reality. And now it's become a way of life, and I teach people how they can do it. So we fast forward somebody. So for you, for example, if I were to take your photo today, I would take you already as someone who is very successful in their coffee line. So you can see yourself as that person and not see yourself just as, like, say, for example, the host of the Brooklyn Cafe show. You will see another version of you and become that.
That is so funny because the coffee line came. I asked Dawn 2 years ago that I always wanted to have coffee on the set.
Right.
Because the cafe is about sitting down, having a cup of coffee, and having conversation. And I thought coffee went hand in hand with this, right? So she finds this gentleman, Don Pablo, who happens to be everywhere. He's a multi-million-dollar coffee. A guy comes on our set because she talked to him. Not me.
Right.
She talked to him, but
Remember the summit.
He's Latino on the summit. Yes, don't keep going to the summit. He's Latino. We talked about coffee, and the next thing you know, everything you see in the coffee stuff, he provided. Without even asking, he just did it. He says, I want to do something for you because now I find out he has helped thousands of small companies grow.
Well, it's amazing, and that's what I find is amazing, is that once you have an idea in your mind, like say for you, maybe you had this idea, I call the idea the seed. You had this idea that, hey, you'd like to have coffee on the show, and you didn't have to do anything. All the pieces came to you, and that's how it worked with the portraits. We would fast forward somebody's growth. So just by doing that, all the pieces would come to them. There was this one gentleman, which I love his story. For many years, he got fired, and he was like older, right? And he was thinking, who's going to hire me at this age, right? And his wife came to me and she's like, can you help my husband out? And I said, yeah. I said, send him over for a portrait. And he was like, no, I don't want to take a portrait. I just got fired. I'm not feeling my best, I don't feel good. I've been looking for work. cannot find work. Anyways, we take his portrait. I said to him, what kind of position would you like to have? And he says, you know what, I've always wanted to be VP of a company that's kind of game changing and things like that. So what kind of companies do you want to work for? So he told me exactly the kind of companies that he wants, the kind of position that he wants. Within 2 weeks, we rebranded him so he can match those kind of, so he can mirror the type of people that would hire him. He looked like a VP in the picture. Within 2 weeks, he got hired and he became VP of the exact company that he wanted.
Is this in Canada or the U.S.?
In Montreal, but we've done it on many different people. I've done it with kids, with teenagers, with older people. It works on everybody, and I do it on my life every single day. This has become a way of life, and now I teach it. But it's really amazing that once you have a vision of who you want to become, and you're able to see it, how you can take on that persona, and you can do it all within like under a year.
What did you envision for yourself?
So for me, to become a jet setter, celebrity like lifestyle, living in Miami. So I'm living in Miami now. Celebrity, I have my own TV show, and I interview all these celebrities that work on mindset, that create the reality from thought, pictures. I meet them, I attract them, and I interview them, which is really fun. I've interviewed people that Oprah interviewed. So it's kind of really fun, right? So I've created all that, and like I said, it just came as an idea. Oh, I want a TV show. It's just like things pop in my head, and I get the impulse, and I act on the impulse. And a jet setter lifestyle, and the gentleman that I met, that is now my boyfriend, he is starting a jet charter company. So I always said I'm a jet setter.
You're gonna be jet setting with the boyfriend in the jet?
Exactly. And you see, I didn't have to really do anything. All I had to do was just project myself. So if you guys look at my picture on Facebook, a lot of people tell me, oh, you look like Lady Gaga, or because I'm channeling my celebrity self. Exactly. And so I'm using that photo to fast forward me into my next,
that's brilliant.
next level. And everything just comes to you.
But that's just clever marketing.
I want to ask Amy, so what are you looking to change on your
branding? Wait, we need a mic on Amy. Amy, you got to hold a mic.
I don't think we can get up together.
I don't think Amy can get up. Amy, what happened? You strained your back?
Yeah, spasms.
You know, if I walk on your back, one of two things is going to happen.
It might work.
We should put the
I need to
salve on
break
her
your
back.
back. What?
She put the salve on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna CBD you to death in a
Good.
second.
I can't wait.
So what are you trying to say?
So,
What was my
Amy,
question?
what did you envision to work with Pazit?
Well, I have a couple of goals. One of them is to get into some buildings and put do a lot of my originals, make some prints and get them all out there. So I'm headed in that direction. And she's helping me with my ads, and we're just starting out to really get the ball rolling and maybe change my image a little bit, or make it a little better, but yeah, we're working together pretty much.
So you're going to do a photo session with her as well to change the whole image?
Well, she's caught me in a lot of different shots already, so I don't know where that's going.
So the whole idea with Amy is that she wants to rebrand herself to be a very known artist, a very successful and known artist, correct?
Yes.
So we're doing everything. We're aligning her in terms of rebranding her image, and rebranding, and not just her image, everything that has to do around her company. So we're going to fast forward her company so she can get to the goal that she wants. She wants to be a known artist, And so we're going to make sure that she can leave her mark, and we're going to do it all by attraction. We're going to just do the visual work that we need to do, position Amy as already the star known artist that she already is. We're going to make it like she is that today, and she is going to become that within the next couple of months.
Yeah, and since we started together, I've got a direction. I'm feeling better about myself, and I'm sure that what I'm thinking about will happen because I'm very positive. She's helping me be that positive person.
You know, the amazing thing, and I remember who I was saying it to the other day, is that I look at you as the most spectacular artist, one of the most amazing artists. You and Jay and everyone that's here, we've met a lot, right? Some of the most amazing artists. That some of the conversations we had, I'm thinking, Amy thinks that of herself. She is so amazing. Jay too, Michelle and Mary. That for me to think any of you think any less of you than I think of you, or we think, it's like mind-boggling that you don't look at your work and say, I got this. Or Jay doesn't look at it and say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We can be anywhere. When you tell me otherwise, I think she's got to be kidding. I'm rebranding. I'm like, why? But you're so amazing, right?
Well, the amazing thing about the artists that we have in here, and the first thing that when we first met Amy is that she's out of the box thinking. And one of the things that I pick up on is that what she does, I've never seen people try in the art industry. Now, there's a lot of artists in Florida. Tons of artists. But what Amy does, I mean, the table that we have, that the coffee brand sits on, since day one, I went, before she finished it, I went and I picked it up and I put it in our studio.
And he
I
left
was
fingerprints
so,
on the wet paint.
I was, and I was like this, but I was so blown away by that out-of-the-box thinking that I came up with the idea of having the curtain done in it and putting it in restaurants and that whole thing that I told you about.
Yes.
And then along comes this gentleman, and he does things like this in pencil. And there's no paint here. And I'm blown away. I mean, that's all pencil. And I'm blown away again and again. And it just this ripple effect. And what happens is when you meet people who inspire, it inspires you. And it's funny because my mother taught me a trick about pictures. I can see things in pictures that other people can't. I can see people, things, all sorts of things. I was even flown all over the country at one time because of pictures people sent me. That's a story I never told you. But paintings, to me, always talk to me.
Right.
Always. Her stuff talks to me, always has. And we've always had conversations. And the artist will tell you, I will go by, like that piece over there, I want to throw sand on it to let it glisten. I want to throw lights. I want to have scratch a sniff paintings. Remember that?
Right.
So you
love
scratch
those.
it, and it smells like the ocean, right? The horse, the barn. I mean, whatever. But it was just out of the box thinking. And they didn't think I was crazy.
Right.
She does. They didn't. And I was like, wow, I feel like I'm at home. So I understand what she's talking about because it's just something different about this.
Well, if you could rebrand yourself, would it be as what? I don't want to throw what I was going to throw. What would it?
What
would
do
it
I
be as?
want?
Yeah. If you actually did a
You know
photo
what I always
session
want.
with Pazit,
I
would
want
it be behind the coffee or something else?
No, I want to be on TV.
Right.
Always wanted to be on TV. And it's funny because when we do remotes, there was this lady, she was an agent, and we were down in Fort Lauderdale. And she comes up to me and she said the words I always wanted to hear. She says, you should be on television. You are just hilarious. I said, that must be your TV. Because nobody's been calling me for mine. When my mother and father were alive, I told her, you see Freddie Prinze.
Right.
I said, I'm funnier than him, Mom, and if he can make it, I can make it. And that's always been my dream. I love radio. I love the gallery. I love what we have going on here, all of this. I love it. But the TV show, the piece that is missing in my life is that piece. And that's what I strive for. And that's what I try to explain to my cousin Vinny. Because my cousin Vinny, he don't take no for an answer.
Not from where his family's from, no.
And what do you
So we would
want?
picture you as a TV celebrity.
Okay. TV celebrity, baby. Turn on channel 7, channel 12, channel 2, and I'm on it. I want
So
my
would you
show.
rebrand him in his clothing
Well, I
and
would
everything?
ask him. Well, first I would no. Sometimes you have why is it called a rebrand? It's because we're taking him from where he is to a new persona, almost like a new character in a movie or something like that.
I love it.
So if you were going to be on TV, what would you like to do on TV? Would you like to have like your own show, like
Yes.
Oprah, like Steve Harvey type of thing?
I want to have, see, I love mixed comedy with what we do.
Okay.
Dawn is the brains.
Right.
She can have a conversation with a surgeon and talk about what cells are going to be removed. Me, I would say that you clean the knife. That's just the way I am. I find everything in life humorous. There was a guy in here from Dignity Memorial, biggest in the country.
Right.
And I'm going to get me, what am I getting?
A mausoleum?
A mausoleum with music in a bar. Because I want people to come and have drinks and I want music. I don't want you to remember me and cry. Don't shed a tear. We're going to have a good time. You're going to come see me. But he has his whole thing. He says, this guy's nuts, but that's what I want. So in my world,
Yes.
I want humor. I love information. I love bringing artists. I love bringing business people, just like Oprah. But I want to do it on a scale that nobody brings to the surface. There's a lot of talent out here.
Absolutely.
And
I
nobody's
agree.
been given a break, man. Nobody gave me a break when I was younger. I could tell you stories. Everybody has a war story.
That could be the name of your show. Give me a break.
Or war stories.
I'm going to tell you, but I just want to give people a chance. That's what I'm looking for. But I want to do it on TV. I don't want to be a car salesman. No disrespect to the book. I don't want to be, buy this. And I mean, do we have to pay the bills because it's part of the business? Yes. But if you come with me and I tell you I'm using something because it works for a diabetic, which I am,
Right.
I'm going to tell you the truth. If it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you the truth. But I want comedy and I want love, which this one has taught me. You got to have the rainbows and everything that
The
goes with it. Because that's the trend right now. You know, if we have more love in the world, like the Beatles used to say, give peace a chance. I mean, come on. And the reality of the deal here is give people an opportunity and listen. Talk with these. That's what I want. I want to give the smaller guy a chance. I want to give artists a platform. I love it. I love that they're in here and they're putting things in here. I mean, they have this guy driving him crazy doing this.
Right.
Because he drives me crazy.
But I
this
love
is what
so
it's all
much of
about.
it because you know what? I watch Fernando teach Brady, and then I watch them. You teach, Fernando teaches.
And I was watching him.
I loved having the crew in yesterday and watching Jackie come forward, watching Teddy do 2020, watching everyone come together as a team. It's about teamwork. What do they always say? There's no I in team.
There's no I
There
in
is
team.
no I in this team is all we can say. We may sit here and our kids sit in the other room and they do 2020, but it's about the teamwork. To me, it's about inspiring the next generation and our kids' network growing.
And giving them an opportunity to do in this business to make a mark. I mean, we got 4 people right now that are hosting shows for other companies. And some of them are national brand companies, like what Jackie's doing, and Rhonda and stuff. And then you have those who are just good at everything. And you got Teddy. You got a sound expert over there learning the board. I love the teaching aspect. She asked me yesterday, why were you sitting in a chair for 2 hours watching him teach him? I said, because I ain't never seen that before. Usually that's me standing there. And I was watching him do it.
Amazing.
And do you know how much that touched me?
Right.
That's what it's about for me. That's what it's about. It's not even a passion anymore. It's grown past that. And anybody who knows me, not thinks they know me, will know what my passion is. And this is it right here. This is what it's all about. It ain't a job no more. It's a life for me. That's what I'm looking for. And I would love to make it on the big screen. And man, listen, I'll make my own movie. I'm going to do a movie this year. We're making a movie. I tell you that.
Well, you guys remember Howard Stern, right? He was like a radio show, and then he
Got to
ended
meet
up,
him.
you know, you saw how that's what he wanted to do. That's what he became. He had a bit of an edge. He had a very different kind of approach, but it worked for him. And today he's got like his own station, and he did his movie. I don't know if you guys remember. He was on the big screen.
Yep.
And this was all things that he imagined. And so basically you got to picture yourself when you walk into work every day. You got to see yourself wherever you walk every day. From this moment, from this second that you've voiced your dream, you have to take on that persona as I am on TV right now.
True that.
And
Lights
dress
out.
like that guy and walk like that guy. And I do it all the time, and people open doors for me, and people tell me, haven't I seen you somewhere? And I'm like thinking, of course, because for me, I'm a celebrity. I'm already a celebrity here. And if you can already picture yourself as a celebrity inside your mind, the world will respond to
My
you
God.
as you are on the
It's a
outside.
female my cousin Vinny. This is like today's message. My cousin Vinny all around me.
Have you gotten the message yet?
I have. It's hitting me like 2x4.
Good.
Yeah.
Give us a call. Let us know what your vision is. 888-994-4995. When we come back, more with Pazit Perez. We're going to talk to Jay Harmon. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power. A platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. A voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe. We're going to play a game. How many times does Freddie actually do an opening after a rejoiner with me? Teddy, how many do you think? Slim to none, and none is on vacation, right? Oh, it's Fernando. It's not even Freddie walking back in. Welcome back to our wonderful Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, or write in what you want your vision to be going forward. We have Pazit Perez with us, talking about visionary and going forward and just putting your next self forward, what you're looking to create through photography, through new rebranding. So I want to ask Jay, would you rebrand, or are you happy where you are?
As I was just discussing with her, I am in the process of, changing up my image a little bit.
Is that the hat?
With the
Well,
hat.
you're gonna go French?
I don't know, maybe if it works.
Oui?
But but I've even I don't know if you remember before. I mean, I had like a full beard. I've trimmed it down. I've just
Yes.
changed my personal image a little bit because it's more the person that I envision myself as. Before, I wasn't really paying much attention to that, and I thought, I should, because if I want to be doing what I want to do, let's be who I want to be. And
You want to be French?
We?
Maybe you get one of those long cigarette things?
Yeah.
Or Canadian.
I've got the French beret too. I could do that, and oui.
Oui, oui.
Now tell me why you want to have the image of being French. Because it's exotic? French people are exotic?
You said French. I'm just it's just
The
I
artist
just
persona.
feel comfortable as what is it? This is the image that you see of a lot of artists. When you think of an artist, you think of something like that with somebody with that image. And there's a lot of artists, and there have been a lot of artists, but it's the ones you remember who had a certain look, a certain style that that you remember. I mean, you got Van Gogh with no ear, but it's
Don't cut off your
I'm not going to go that far.
Don't
I'm
cut
not
your
going
ear
that
off.
Salvador
No.
Dali with his
With the mustache, yeah, that
Andy
was
Warhol
his
had
trademark.
the crazy hair.
Dali.
Yeah.
He was really
trademark.
You remind me of a guy I used to hang out in the Village when I used to go to jazz clubs. This is like a deja vu all over again.
I know. How
And
does it feel, by the way?
It's really strange. And he was dressed the same way, and he used to speak French. He wasn't French, but he used to speak
He
it.
spoke French.
And he had women around him all the time. It was like a gimmick for him. He wasn't an artist or anything. He was a musician, though. He was a musician. He played the saxophone. And I used to hang out down there with him, and he had this whole thing. I used to be in awe.
I'm just wondering, have you gotten the message yet?
It's coming. I hear the train.
You hear the train? Well, part of Freddie's hat, right? And then you were told today, get a new hat.
Yeah.
They're
I
getting
have
you
one in the car.
They're getting you a cowboy hat. I'm not quite sure that's the image.
I'm getting a cowboy hat.
I'm not quite sure that works.
You have one?
Of course
I'll
she
wear
does.
it. How come that doesn't surprise me? A cowboy hat.
But Jay's artwork is always so amazing. Jay's artwork was hanging behind us for the first, 6 weeks we were here on set. So a huge thank you to that. We have Desi and Lucy always across from us. We have everything else in the theater. And you've got some other paintings. And I can't say paintings, drawings.
Drawings.
Couple of new ones. Well, these aren't new, but new for
Your
years.
horse
You
series
can,
is just
if you can see
spectacular.
that,
Yeah, we
it's,
can see it.
I did several horses, and let me see if I can get this over here.
Look at the
You can see
colors.
it.
They look great, by the way.
It's this one. I was doing horses, and I had done several horses that were just almost black and white. They had a black background, and they were the colors were were brown and black and silver, and it was very monotone. That's what I wanted with those. But then I thought I want to change it up. I want to do something very colorful. And so I thought, what would be colorful to add with the horse? And I said, well, I'll put a lady in there. I'll put a sunset. I'll put the the beach, everything else, and just kind of change it up and make it colorful. And that was that
So
was
beautiful.
my idea with this one.
Now let me ask you, how long did it take you to make that one?
Off and on working this one, because there's a lot of detail in it, I would say probably between 4 and 5 weeks.
Which is amazing.
Of working, off and on.
And pencil, right? But these are all done in pencil. They're not paintings. These are all done with color pencil.
How many pencils do you go through when making one of these bad boys?
I don't know. My wife asked me, "What do you want for Christmas this year?" I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said pencils.
An eraser.
What else? Yeah. I just, you know.
But look at her hair. Look at the highlights in her hair with the different colors. Right?
Yeah, you know, and when I do pictures, I do them in portions. Like her face was like one picture. I did that, and then I worked on, you know, on the body, and then trying to get the right color, red and so on. Then I did the horse, and that was another one, and then after that was the sky and the, you know, in the background. And a lot of people do the backgrounds first. I don't. I like to see what the picture looks like, and then add the background.
But that's why it looks three-dimensional,
So,
right?
Do you have
Looks like the
horses?
horses come.
I don't, but I love horses.
But wait, when he ends up buying a horse farm, right? In the next 2 months, we're going to
That's
say.
okay. I mean, I could go for that. Maybe I'll get a cowboy hat too. And
There you go.
Did I ever tell you the time he had, I don't know if it was this one, there was something that we hung up in the gallery, and there was a woman's face. Oh, it was the hand or something.
It was the black and white, her profile.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I said to everybody, Dawn was the model for the pig. This went on for weeks. You remember this? It went on for weeks, and Dawn says, "You
and
kidding?"
they were.
And everybody believed it was. You weren't there. I think you were on vacation or
Yeah.
something. So she couldn't go back to ask you. Where'd you get the picture of the woman? And I kept telling people, "Oh, look, Dawn modeled for that."
And you did.
It's
People actually
hilarious.
believed you.
People believed me.
But people believe
Maybe
you.
you
It's just-
inspired it though. I mean, you know, it
You
could
never
be,
know.
You never know.
You know, and this is while I was on my color theme. I did this
So
one.
beautiful.
It's black and white but color. So I mean, I wanted a horses. One, you know, they're two opposites, but they're coming together. You know, you can put your own what it means. You know, if it means anything, two horses of different colors or different breeds coming together head to head, and then I put the color background and put that in there, and kind of a mountain sunset thing in the background.
The details on the horses is
And,
what draws me.
You know, those are neat. So those I did. You know, these were my my first color horse pictures that I did. Even though the horses are black and white, it's still, you know, I think it's.
How'd you
nice.
come up with your logo?
This logo took a lot of time to. I don't know if you can see it there, but it is a fish hook and an anchor. Okay, and I put them together, and this is the J, and this is the H there, and I put it because, you know, I wanted to be anchored, and I've always felt that, you know, God is my anchor, and, you know, and that should be a part of my logo.
Isn't that interesting?
I love it.
The logo took longer,
Get out of my head.
Yeah, probably.
right?
But that's so it has to be part of the branding of who you are, right, Pazzi?
Yeah,
This
I love
is
it.
definitely part of.
That will definitely stick.
Yeah,
I'll definitely remember that.
yeah. It's something that, you know, a lot of people have, when they've seen that, they say, "Oh, that is different," and it's, you know, and they'll remember that, you know, and
Yeah.
it's.
It's like a bow and arrow, although
can
it's
be.
or an anchor,
Mm-hmm.
and the fish hook.
Yeah.
So interesting.
And also here, sideways, it's also, if you look at it, it's an ankh.
Uh-huh.
You know,
From Egyptian.
in Egyptian, yeah. The sideways, that's part of it.
Wow, you knew that.
And there's also a cross in there. So, I mean, there's a lot of things, you know, I mean, it comes
There's
in
so
there.
much in there. It's spectacular. I always
know,
wondered
I-
because it's just as detailed as the picture.
I feel it was inspired because I didn't, you know, just draw that. It was like, you know, a long time, and it was, you know, I thought through it. I started it, and then it kept changing, and then, you know, when I knew what I wanted it to be, then that's when I put it on.
I want to ask you and Amy,
Uh-huh.
artists are inspirational. There are things that happen in your life, and then you dictate what you're going to either draw or paint. Is that the way it works? Like some of the greatest painters in the world, you know, they went through what they call the blue mood and the black mood and all that other stuff. That was internal.
Right.
They're painting on canvas. Do you draw with any emotions going on?
I can say that I do, not so much a subject matter, but the picture itself will convey an emotion. If I'm having like a dark time or something, I mean, I'll try to make the emotion reflect. I mean, the picture itself. If there's a lot of black in it and a lot of subtle light and so on in that, it's because I'm putting that in there, and I don't know. Also, I listen to a lot of music, and while I'm doing my artwork, I have different types of songs that I listen to.
To the music.
And I so it makes a difference. Like I can't have if I want a real jazzy picture or something like picture you guys that I did.
Mm-hmm.
That is more of a of a jazzy kind of a thing, and that's the
He
kind
was
of
in a
music
good
that
mood when he did that.
I love that
Yeah.
He was in
picture.
a good mood. He was in a bad
Jazzy.
mood.
But
He
you
would have
could
put a
feel
dress.
it. You could feel the jazz in the photo.
He would have put a
honestly.
dress on me if he was in a
Yeah.
bad mood.
Yeah.
Amy, you feel the same way?
Yeah, mine are really moods too, because I could have really dark paintings, and I don't really know that I'm in that dark mood, but when I'm finished with them, definitely I was in some other place.
In a different place.
Yeah, so I'll color them in.
I was going to say, like your black and whites when you put the reds in them.
Yeah, I have to have something.
Now,
And
have you ever painted over a painting?
many times.
Now, you can't do that.
It's difficult in pencil to
Yeah.
to go
You
over.
can't erase the whole thing.
I've changed.
I got a big
things.
eraser for you.
You see that? Yeah, I've changed things, but it's just altering what's there. I mean, if there's something I'm not happy with, I can go in a little bit on something or move it out a little bit, but I can't change a whole big part of the picture when it's done.
Right.
That's why before I start the picture, I will go and have an outline of everything I want to do on the canvas before, or the board, before I start it, so I know where I'm going to go, because it has to be precise when I'm doing it. I can't go halfway through. I want the leg over here. I want the.
You can't do that.
So I have to get the outline, but putting the details in, that can be.
And you knew that you were going to do this? You had it in your mind as to what you wanted to do?
Oh, yeah.
While you were working on something
Because he
else? or-
says yes.
I
She's
always
shaking
have-
her head.
I always have 2 or 3 more, in my
tricks.
mind while I'm working on one of them, where I'm going next and what I'm going to do, and like this one, and what I wanted to do. I thought, wouldn't it be neat to do, a thing where you had 2 different things coming together and just kind of a different thing. And then since then, that's when I went back to doing the black and white pictures again, the
I
big
remember.
ones.
Large ones.
I went to do the big ones. I've got 2 that are now in my living room. A ballerina, and
That's the one.
A female ballerina and a male ballerina, a dancer.
That's the one that I said that was
know what
Dawn's
that
face in
is.
the ballerina.
Yeah.
That was the one that you had in our studio. We
Uh-huh.
made fun of that for weeks. We were making fun of her.
Yeah.
It was
I
funny.
should only look like that, right?
And-
But see, why you're shaking your head? Yes. Do you see this in Jay?
Well, I see it in everybody. I see it in artists, and basically, we think in pictures, right? And through art, we understand the process of creation, meaning anything that we see in our mind, we bring it into reality through. This was in his mind before it was in reality. So when you start understanding that you create your reality through the power of your imagination, you create yourself, you create situations in your life, like you'll start connecting the dots when you're like, oh, I want to, I want to be in a relationship. All of a sudden you're thinking of relationships. Next thing you know, you're meeting somebody and you're in a relationship. So you understand that the process of creation is the same as an artist. It all starts with a picture in your mind. You can see it in your mind, and the next thing you know, you can hold it in your hand. And that's really how it works. and
When
that's
did you
with branding.
discover you had this gift? Because not only do you see it in yourself, but you can see it in other people.
I can see it in others. Yeah, I used to think that I could only see it through my lens. Until one day I got, how can I say, somebody came into my studio and stole all my equipment. And I remember I had a breakdown moment because I had cameras like from years and lenses, and this was my candy store, my studio. And I remember being on the floor and I was crying, and I said, why? Why did this happen? And I had this moment, I heard this voice very clearly say, because the talent is within you. and I understood that the talent is within me. It wasn't through my lens or my camera or my lights. The talent is within all of us to be able to, take ourselves, and we have everything within us to take ourselves and to create our reality in our life. Because the images that we have, everybody has them in their mind. Like your image of you as a TV host is in your mind, and as long as you hold on to it, you will touch it. You will feel it one day, and you will be on TV, and you'll be like, starting to connect the dots.
It's funny
Has the
because
message been received yet?
it's about 4 times today, 40 times. It's funny because seeing it among yourself, and that's one of the reasons you have mirrors in this place. But
Right.
seeing it is one thing, but when you're able to see it in other people and how they do it, that's just a gift.
Well, most people can't see it in themselves. That's what it is. When you see yourself in the mirror, you see yourself with your lens of perception, meaning everything that was said to you over the years, everything that heard growing up. So if you had issues where you feel unworthy or unloved, when you look in the mirror, you're seeing that side of you. So when people came to me, one thing they would say when they would see their photograph, they would say, "I can't believe this is me." And I used to think, "Oh my God, I'm such a fucking good photographer." Right? Sorry, I swear. But what I realized is like I have not seen a version of me like that. So when I came into my own vision portrait, I did a self-portrait of myself in a time that I was at rock bottom, and I saw myself differently. I said, why couldn't I see that in the mirror? And for the first moment in my life, I disconnected from the way I felt, unworthy or to the way that I saw myself, and I said right away, I'm going to become her, and it changed my life.
Change your life.
Yeah.
It's funny, the black and white, so that Dylan last night sent us a text with Super John. You guys never met Super John, right? Super John now is doing videos for companies. And he did a video called Torn. And it's a black and white, a gentleman dressed in black, same singer, rapper, and in white, just like this. And he's having a dilemma with himself because the black side of him is bigger than the white side of him. And he raps about his emotions. And he talks about how that has overcome him, and he doesn't want to be that. He wants to be this. So all of a sudden, you whip this out right now, and I'm like going down memory lane here because I watched the video, I heard the words, and I'm saying, that's really life, man.
And it's what we're going to talk about on the next hour. It's right. It's the dark side and the light side. And it always goes like this. And which one's going to be more powerful?
It's that
in
devil
your
on the
mind?
shoulder deal.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
It's you versus you.
But it's amazing how it comes and it repeats itself over and over. And today has been, I got it, God. I got it. You got it?
God is like, finally.
You get it?
I got it.
You get it? Okay, I got it. But the object of the game is you should always be positive because it's easy to be negative. And I guess that's today's message. And it's in front of me in black and white. You can't say anything more. Woo! My cousin Vinny. And I got my other cousin Vinny. I got my cousin Vinny. I got my other cousin Vinny.
Lizzie, how do people find you if they want to work with you?
So they can find me through the ihaveadreamacademy.com.
Of course you do.
For the photography work, they can find me on pizitperez.com.
And Jay, for all of your spectacular work or for commission pieces?
I have, I'm just changing over websites, but I had, the website that I have now is found at grafitist.com. And that's my graffitist.com. And you can ask me about that. That goes part of graffiti, and I used to use graphite. And so
or just ask us and we'll connect you to Jay.
That's right. We'll hook you up.
We know how to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Give us a call for our next hour. We've got Actually Speaking with Ann. We're going to talk about the energy of the week. And
How do we find Amy?
how do we find Amy?
Amy, how do we find you?
On Facebook and Instagram and my website, amyrashevsky.com.
And I got to tell you, once again, on the air, I want to thank Amy because she came to our rescue when we were looking for a place to go. Has always been a true friend.
Yes.
Always. And my doors and Dawn's doors are always open to you, no matter how hard it rains, no matter whatever disagreements are in the world. You always have a home here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Stay tuned. Actually Speaking with Ann, the energy of the week. Talk about
Ding, ding, ding.
everything. If you haven't gotten it by now, Freddie, you're going to get a
I
big
can
dose
see
of
it coming,
reality
baby.
again.
Oh, here it comes.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Hey, I'm Tony Twyman, creator of the Reboot Wellness Cruise 2020. I invite you to join us as we set sail on the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's Grand Classica, January 18th through the 20th, for 2 days filled with active lifestyle, healthy nutrition, and virtual wellness. The goal is to get you to experience a vibrational spiritual shift by helping you develop internal balance, sustainable alignment, community, and execution for a healthy, happy life. Walls become doors and mountains move when you understand what you can accomplish. Call 954-998-3284 for more information or visit rebootcruise.com. Join our community by sailing with us to experience a new decade, new you. Again, 954-998-3284 or visit rebootcruise.com. Come sail with us.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters has that special ingredient, that little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
As we age, our stem cells decline in their ability to heal our bodies. Imagine a patch that could activate your stem cells and reset them to a younger, healthier state. No supplements, nutrients, or drugs enter your body. Activate your stem cells with this patented phototherapy. Benefits include the support of wound healing, rapid pain relief, increased energy, better
do it with two hands.
I was waiting for
today.
you to
Two hands.
ring your bell.
I'm
She's double fisted bells today.
Welcome
sounds
back.
Like, sounds like a
Welcome,
sick
welcome.
cow.
Sounds like a sad cow. Welcome
Sad
back.
cow.
It's not a sad cow.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday to you.
27 again. I thought we celebrated your birthday last week.
I decided I'm going to be, 27 again is fine.
Does that work?
That's fine. Well, okay. Actually, I have to say something really cute. Well, actually,
Freddie.
I don't know. I went into the supermarket and they have, what do you call it? Senior citizen discounts?
Yes.
So I now can ask for senior citizen discounts, right? So the girl looked at me behind the counter and she goes,
That's not
she
true.
thought, yeah.
What is it, 55?
Yes.
Yes.
And she didn't ask you for your driver's license?
Well, she looked at me and she says, don't, really, lady, you're in that much desperate need of a few dollars off of your grocery order. And I said, no, but listen, if that's the deal, I can, take advantage of it, right? So we had a long talk, and she was like, oh my God, you don't look older than you're 39. So 37, 39, we'll take either one of those. That's very kind. Thank you.
Well, that's great because wherever I go somewhere and people that I know say, okay, senior citizen, they go, no, not you, lady. Him, yeah, I know he's over here. I'm like, wow.
I'm okay with that,
Which lady?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's going to be the same thing when you start asking for senior citizen. They're going to say, no, lady, driver's license.
I got to
They're
tell
gonna-
you, I am just not asking for it anytime soon.
It's okay. Listen.
You're embracing it? You're
I'm
good with
embracing it because I've lived my life with a lot of, oomph and School of Hard Knocks, and I've earned it. So take it.
Take it. Go with it.
Go with it. Take whatever you can go with. So, okay, off this subject because it's just very uncomfortable for me.
So our 1 o'clock segment.
Before we go into the segment, I wanted to ask, because we didn't even get to ask Teddy. Teddy's been very quiet today. And I know that March 19th is coming. If you think
Good,
I'm
because
going to
she's
let
September. March 19th for you?
Yeah, because I got to pay that piper. Yeah. If you think. And I'm going to tell you, I got some surprises for you that you're never going to expect. This camera that we lost today, unfortunately, I had an idea.
That's
I was
terrifying.
putting a camera right on you.
That's terrifying.
Yes, and I'm going to terrify you. But you heard what was said in the first hour. For those of you that didn't hear it, you heard, what is your aspiration? What do you want to be?
I want to keep doing production and start on TV production and keep doing the radio production. I want to be a big producer. I want, when you see produced by Dick Wolf on the Law and Order, that's what I want
you
my
read
name
that
to be.
too, huh?
Yeah.
Do you know I do the same thing?
Do you really?
I could tell you
That's what I
every
want.
person reading, and your kitchen's getting done.
I'm having chest pain. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I asked you, and I was going to ask you if producing in behind the cameras, is that a bigger deal for you than being in front of the cameras?
I like both. I like being in front of the camera, but I really like learning all the tech stuff. I think I went to college being in front of cameras and being on stage, that the tech stuff, I'm still learning everything about it. Not that you can't learn more about being in front, but I like learning all the tech stuff. But I like both. I'd be more than happy to be in front of a camera too.
You think you could do interviews and stuff? I mean, I know you can. You think are you up for doing? I don't want to put you in an
I
uncomfortable.
actually have an idea. I
more
didn't
than
get a
up for
chance
it.
to run this by you yet.
Yes.
Okay. Friday night, 7:30.
Yes.
Can you host?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to interview Wayne.
Oh,
For
cool.
Dignity Memorial.
That works. Wayne and I dance together now, so we can talk about anything.
You dance together, so you're good to go. So Friday night, Teddy will host the Dignity Memorial segment.
And
here.
I am very upset. Did you see on ABC they're coming out with First Date Dance segment?
I
The
know.
show. Are you serious? Which one of you guys told the network?
They're copying
probably
you. They're coming
you.
for your hat.
Now you noticed, right? We talked
Yeah.
about that on the air, and it comes out on television.
We do.
Well,
We're going to have a dating show.
Can we segue that into what's
Segue
going
into
on?
anything you want.
We're going to
I'm very
talk
upset.
about the energy of the week, and the segment, of course, every Wednesday at 1:00 is actually speaking with Ann Dector. So we're talking about branding, and you can always reach Ann at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com, because not only are you a speaker and a life coach, but more than that, a concierge coach.
Well,
Right? It's another level of what you bring.
It's about really looking at the whole picture, the total picture. It's not looking, a lot of people when they go to a coach, they'll say, oh, I'm blocked, I want to know how to make money. It's a whole picture approach, because it's not just about learning how to make money. You got to learn how to unblock the channels that bring the money down. And that has to do with all areas of your life. It's not just about finances, it's about who you are as a person.
Well, do you know what you want for yourself for 2020?
Oh, I've been thinking about that a lot, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Will you share it?
Yeah. I want to be, I want world domination. I want global.
She and Genji.
Yeah, Freddie.
What, do you want to play a video game?
No, well, maybe it is a video game, but I want to get that out there on the stages and speak to people about how to grow into the best version of themselves, how to know the rules of the universe, know that they're not alone, know that there's a system that exists, know how to use it so that their lives work. And when their lives work, the world's lives work, everything works.
But
And
world
it's just-
domination sounds very big.
You know what? Go big or go broke.
So are you talking about?
I love what your prior, what's her name? I'm sorry.
Pazit. She's from
Pazit.
Montreal.
Yes, she's from Montreal as well. And I just love it because it's all about, this week's energy is so wild when it talks about releasing the potential that is inside of you.
Right.
So it's this week is so powerful for the rest of the year because we need to get in touch with what our potential is. We really don't know what it is because we're covered with so much. The holy language calls it klipot. It's like a covering, a husk that prevents you from connecting with the real you.
But is that a defense mechanism?
You
like that voice?
Okay, I'm going to keep talking, Freddie. Okay, so we're talking straight on about global domination, all right? And what we get to do is rip away those, what are you looking at?
Layers.
Layers?
Just looking at your
Okay.
email.
Oh, that looks amazing up there, but it's wrong. It's good, T-O, better, 2020@gmail.com. So I'm happy we looked up there. Thank you. So I think it's really cool that the whole universe is in that place. Like I say with my birthday, hello?
I'm watching.
Okay. Like the birthday month being January, the birthday being January 1st, I always thought to myself, I didn't always look forward to that birthday because it's the whole universe is in the same place. They're all in this self-reflection, looking inside. Who wants to look inside? I want to party.
What time or day were you born?
I was born at 10 to 1 in the morning. I was one of the first 10 babies born in
So
Montreal.
I always think about God's sense of humor for
my
babies born
father
on January
was not
1st, right?
happy. Oh,
Not
yeah.
December 31st at 11:59 p.m. You were
Correct.
that close.
I was that
And I
close.
always think about what God is thinking when you have that first New Year's baby.
Yeah,
but there
well,
was a reason.
I guess we needed free diapers for the year. I don't know. So I know we got some stuff, but I have
Do
to
you ever
ask my
think about
mother.
that?
I was born at night, but not last night. Yeah, all the time. I was born at 1 in the morning.
No, but I mean between
10 to 1.
the years. Between the years.
yeah.
Right? She was born at 12:50 a.m.
Yeah. 15
It had
minutes.
just turned January 1st. Now, if
Yeah.
she were born 51 minutes earlier, she would have been born on December 31st.
Yeah,
of a
that's
whole nother
math.
year.
Okay,
A
Tax
whole nother year,
credits,
yeah.
tax breaks,
All
you
of
know,
that.
all of
So
that
she'll
stuff.
be younger by 1 year? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that would be good too. No, but still, I'd still be a senior citizen. It's okay. We're gone. We're done. And that's the other thing. I mean, the push is on. we need to, like, I have, like, I know I still have time, but like, as you're moving forward chronologically, maybe not in my body and in my head, because my mental image of myself is definitely not a senior citizen, but we got work to do. Time to unlock that potential, because we all need to benefit from it. It's not just a selfish thing, it's a global thing.
We talked about birthright this week, the birthright of the energy of this week, about your purpose and what you're meant to be, that path. Was that the energy of this week?
It's releasing your potential so that you can live who you're meant to be. And when you do that, you live your birthright and destiny, which is to be happy and fulfilled. Are you happy when you're not living your life's mission and purpose?
No.
Of course not. You? For
Heck
sure
no.
not.
You may know.
We talk about it with Dawn, like all those years we met, we were raising kids, mommy and me, and like here you're feeling a level of fulfillment, taking this project on in your life that is completely a gift.
Here's the craziest thing about our project. We come in today, and Amy comes in with her artwork, and they said where we're going to hang it, and they all look at me. So I said, all right, we're going to measure the wall, we're going to divide it into thirds. And instead of everyone turning around or ignoring me like I'm so used to happening, Fernando and Brady, they take out the tape measure. They measure the wall and went from here to here. And I looked at Amy and Pazit and said, they're listening to me. Why? Do you have any idea how bizarre that was?
Oh my God, everybody stop the show.
I know.
Did you hear what she said?
What?
Like it always is. Nobody listens to me like it always is. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Should we rewind the tape? Have you learned nothing? You got it? You got it? You got it. You got it.
Can I get a fist bump?
You got it.
Absolutely.
But that was this moment, like this little thing that this project that you and I have taken on to that point of this collaborative space that I envisioned. I never envisioned we'd be creating it, but we are. And
But that's when they come into you, because yes. But I got a question for you.
Please.
You have different people in life that have different acceptance of where they should be and how they see themselves and everything else. What do you do when you meet somebody who's had 2,427 jobs because he loves everything he does? And he wants to do more. He wants more out of life. It isn't that he's
Are you
suppressed.
talking about yourself?
It could be.
in third person, yes.
Maybe.
Are you talking about yourself, Freddie?
Sometimes.
A little bit, just a touch.
But the bottom line is, what do you do with somebody? I mean, I laugh at everything I do. You know, I'll sit sometimes at the dinner table with my kids. And Freddie, yes, hello, my son's saying hi. And I'll sit at the table and I start to laugh. And he says, what are you laughing at? Because him and I are very close. And I says, just something that I did that makes me laugh. I do it all the time. I laugh at myself.
You giggle.
I do.
You giggle.
Because I believe that life should be enjoyable. You learn, you enjoy. You grow, you enjoy. That's the way I view it.
Absolutely, but not all of us are yet at that stage.
That's what I
where we
wanted to
can
ask
look-
you, yes.
Where we can look at that challenge, like that hard push, the working, the climbing up that ladder, the staircase. Not a lot of us, and it's okay. I mean, it's part of all this past few months that we've been doing this work together. We've been talking about how life is a war, life is a battle. We got to work it. We got to work it, and that's the climbing.
Harder for women?
No, I think, look, I think, you know, this is going to sound weird, but men, I think, are really good at climbing a corporate ladder for a financial goal, for a physical conquest. And women are really good at climbing for emotional self-actualization. And I know that's changing a lot now as more and more men, as we're coming into this, I love this culture we're in of men realizing that they want to make an impact in business. It's becoming a very big thing. So it's no longer just about I'll take as much as I can and abuse and provide a substandard product and just to make money, but they're also now incorporating this whole concept of they want to make an impact. They're understanding that authenticity and living in your truth is what sells.
And the give back, we talked about that this morning again. Yes, you have a question, or you're all in?
Do you need to
I have a
scratch your
question.
armpit? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, you can do that too, but I have a question. What makes a better business person? Somebody who's emotionally connected or somebody who just goes after the game?
You know, it's so funny because I even wrote that in my example because each
I
week
read
I
it.
come here, I
peeked
write
at your notes.
You peeked at my notes. I always write myself a little blurb of what I want to focus on. But we talk about this example. Everybody loves stories. And when I heard this story, I said, yes, this makes so much sense. Because when we talk about what's my mission, what's my purpose, what's my impact, what's the work I'm doing, so I love to think of it in this framework. So if you want to open up a business, and this also relates to you because you've just opened up this studio, and I think you'll find a lot of parallels in how the consciousness, the seed level of how you opened up this business will have a lot of parallels to the story. So business person comes along and they want to open up a business, whatever it is, selling shoes, selling wands, who knows, whatever it is. Can I touch your wand, by the way?
Yes.
This one?
Sure.
I want the one. Okay. Can I just wave it?
Okay.
Am I threatening you? Are you okay? Hi, everyone. I got the wand. Okay. I'll put it down. Okay.
Can I touch your wand? I want one. Now I want to touch your wand.
You know how many people ask if they can touch my wand?
I know that.
It's a good thing I'm not you.
Okay.
We're going to focus. They can touch my wand anytime they want, baby.
Freddie, keep it PG, man.
That was PG. I can get it really lettered.
So you're opening up a shoe store and you're sitting there and you're setting up the store and everything's with the consciousness of, marketing and colors and branding, and because I don't care how much I have to spend because I just want to take advantage of people, and I'm going to use the kids in I don't know where, cheap kid labor, and I don't care, and I'm going to bring the shoes in and
kid labor.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm going to bring the shoes in and I'm just going to sell them at like 5 times the markup, and I'm going to make a lot of money, and I don't care if the shoes fall apart and people come back and ask for a refund, and I'm going to say no, we don't do any refunds. So here you go. Who wants to come into a business like that? I mean, energetically, this is a world of energy as well. I would walk into a business like that. How long would you stay in the store, Dawn? 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'd walk right out.
I wouldn't.
Well, you would smell it as soon as you walked in. That's the part of
But what if you really wanted those shoes?
You know what? You wouldn't buy them there because they come with too much baggage attached to them.
That's the story of my life.
You wouldn't buy them there. You would go somewhere else.
That's the story of your life,
They
too.
just would be yucky. As opposed to the second scenario is you open up the business. And I want to make the place look good and in a balanced way. I'm going to invest in marketing and the physical location. And I'm really all about maybe giving a percentage donation to underprivileged whatever. And you walk into a store like that. This is what I say. It's okay to make a meal off of me, but not dessert.
That makes sense.
Right?
Don't abuse.
Don't abuse. Give fair value for
Yes, I agree with that.
money exchanged, and give good customer service and show that you care. And that's what it's all about, is that if we want to be happy, I'm so focused now on what are the tools for creating happiness in 2020. It's all about, I love, this is my moniker, being a loving, caring, sharing creator. We come from a world where, okay, we're going to go back with our little white angel on the right shoulder.
We got black and white
The
again.
little red devil. I don't know, those horses, the pictures of the horses in the previous segment,
black
they
and
were
white.
black and white. I mean, this is just an iconic representation, visual representation of this consciousness between the duality between good and evil. Don't like that word evil, but okay. So what are we going to do? Are we going to walk into 2020 with the right? Now, what is the right? The right is a consciousness of caring, of sharing, of creating. Or are we going to walk through 2020 with through the consciousness of left? The left is taking, selfishness, mad, sad, depressed, anxious. We have a choice every second. How are we going to walk through life? Sharing or taking? Sharing
Well,
or
I got a
taking?
question. Because you bring up a lot of different scenarios.
I always do.
Sometimes you have, and I'm going to talk about to you in 2 different ways, the men's world and the woman's world. And we'll take the woman's world first because I know less about that. So a woman has been married for 40 years and she's very happy and everything is great. And all of a sudden the woman discovers that the spouse has been cheating on her, has been doing something behind her back that has ruined her whole dimension of what marriage is all about.
Very common scenario.
Okay, unfortunately, okay. But the bottom line is, away from that, what does it do to the woman's psyche? What does it do to her confidence? What does it mean when she says, and I've heard it, says, did I do that? Did I drive him away? Did I, and there's so much I. No responsibility or accountability. Yes, I hear my cousin Vinny. No accountability. None.
I said a word.
Well, that was the meeting for today. And what do you do with a soul that has been so demolished and abolished that she doesn't see right and left?
Destroyed. Just totally destroyed.
What do you do?
Look, the truth is that we don't take ourselves to our next level of innovation without pain and suffering. So this is a bad wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. And some people would say, you know what, better this wake-up call than, let's say, God forbid, an illness, cancer, losing all your money. It's a wake-up call. It's not a happy one, but hopefully, you can, that's why I have such a passion in this coming year to share this wisdom so that when the wake-up calls come, you have a foundation. You know what to do with them. You know how to relate to them, to interact with them, to use them. Challenges are opportunities for us to grow and transform. But if we don't know how to work with this challenge, then what happens is that we're like caught up in a tsunami.
Well, let me give you part two now. The men's perspective. Ego has been destroyed.
What about a man finding out after 40 years, his wife?
That's where we're going. Men's perspective. Okay. He gets destroyed because his wife decides, boop, 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 and whatever. And all of a sudden, the ego, everything that he was taught, allegedly, to be a man,
PTSD.
to be a man, goes out the window and it destroys him mentally, physically, and everything else. Same rules apply to him?
The same rules of how to work with the challenge apply. He's obviously going to process it differently. We all process it differently. I can't say that it's a male or female way that we process challenges and disappointment and drama. But, a woman might tend to get help faster than a man, might go for professional coaching, counseling, support group. A man might, just jump into another relationship quicker and just, do whatever makes him feel good in the moment. Possibilities. But bottom line is if we don't have the rules and the tools to know how to deal with challenges, I don't care what year it is. It could be 2025, 2030. We're still going to be in the same place as a society. We're still going to be suffering. We're still going to have pain and chaos. We need each one of us. This is like my passion. This is my mission, my global domination mission. I remember Madonna used to have she did a concert. What was it called? World Domination?
Yes.
I just remember those words sticking in my head. And it's not domination in a way that puts somebody down. It's kind of more like we process the world through right and left, through sharing and taking. And then there's the balance between the two. And that's a 6-week course, and we're not going to go there. But if you share too much, like people say, ugh, you're so needy. You're always giving. You're always sharing. Like, what's your agenda? Like, the agenda is like neediness, and you need encouragement, someone to stroke you. Or if you take too much, you're selfish. And who wants to be around selfish people?
I have to tell you, I'm having a really hard time, and I shouldn't even say this, with judgmental people. Because why are we even having to have this conversation? Why can't we just all be loving and kind to each other and accept and support each other? That these conversations even exist is mind-boggling to me. But yes, we need the tools. So someone said to me in this meeting this morning, how did you get from A to B? And I said, how spiritual are you? And they said, very. And I said, from God. And again, this was the conversation. And you and I have had this conversation before. I felt in such a way that I prayed to God and said, not a sign or whatever it was, I needed something. And I got that message. It took me a little while, the 2x4, a lot of things. Like, hopefully that 2x4 got you by now. It was God. And so I don't know whether I had the tools, but to me that tool was prayer. But you have other tools that you teach people to work with.
Correct.
And when we get back from break, I want to talk about those tools because I hope a lot of people have faith, whatever it is, whether it be God, universe, source, energy, that you have that tool in your toolbox. But Anne also has some other tools, the universal tools, that you can work with her on to get yourself to the next step.
To the next level.
Next level. You can find her at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Actually speaking with Ann, and give us a call at 888-994-4995, and we'll be right back.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events that they might have coming up.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding! Hi, my name is Ann Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
Look at her. You know, why is it?
Double barrel.
Hold on. How come you never ring a bell?
You know, it's just not my thing.
A bell?
Those bells.
I gotta get you a special bell?
Yeah.
She needs a blingy bell.
I need like a twinkle bell. That's a little
the
too.
hell is
I've actually thought about it.
You ever heard of a twinkle bell?
Yes, actually, I bet Fernando
You've
has.
been in the business.
A triangle bell or like the little jingle bells. I need the right kind of bell.
You've been in the business 30 years. You ever heard of a right bell? Never.
I've actually thought about it.
I use those bells, though, to call my kids in for dinner. And I got it from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
You know what they gave me for Christmas?
What?
And it has to be because of the show. These cowbells that are on this string, on this rope. And they go dong, dong, dong. I mean, they're huge.
Not my kind of bell either. Fernando, you know what kind of bells I'm thinking?
Yeah, I think in a little triangle,
Eith-
and you go with a little stick there. Nice,
Either a
makes
triangle
difference.
bell or the little jingle bells. They come on like a little leather cord. There's a couple little bells.
triangle bell.
A triangle, you know, the triangle is just ding.
For dinner? Come in for dinner?
Next time I go to Disney, I will see if I can find tinkle bells for you.
Tinkle bells.
Tinkle bells.
Yes.
Twinkle bells.
Or
Yeah,
twinkle.
probably a bippity boppity boutique, you know, where you can be a
Bippity boppity
princess for a
boutique.
day.
Is it twinkle bell or tinkle bell? Because if it's a tinkle bell,
I'll ring
go
the
to the
tinkle
back
bell
and
for
bring
you.
a microphone and give you all the tinkle you want.
The tinkle bell for you too. The twinkle bell.
We got mail.
You got mail, Freddie.
What do we got? Look at this. Little flag is up. Little flag. What do we got? You want to read the mail?
Oh, I love this. This is our business of the day. Our Kids for Kids. Let's spread a little light. This is a new foundation we're working with. And Patty works with kids in Haiti. And what she's doing is she raises funds through what she does here with her kids locally. And she works at the Lake Worth Farmers Market. She sells plants. And the kids do cuttings and replanting. And she raises money for 12 children in orphanages in Haiti. And then there's another school that she's helping to support. One of the teachers there on a teacher salary. So we're going to be working with them. They're going to be part of our kids network. We can't really bring the kids in from Haiti because they are sleeping on dirt floors and forget a computer and internet. But we're going to be working with her kids here to see if we can bring awareness and raise some funds to go back to these kids that are sleeping on dirt floors and maybe put a floor in their home. They're in an orphanage. Maybe help pay for a teacher to get some extra supplies.
Talk
just
about
some
making
things.
an impact.
So we're going to be working with them. She's going to actually bring the plants forward. So we're going to have some new plants in the warehouse. The only living plant we have is the one you gave us, which was perfect because I love that plant.
The other ones are still alive, but they're outside.
They are outside, so we're going to have some more to adorn the set and some bamboo, some things like that, and working with Kids for Kids. So I'm excited.
And that was
Always about
and that was there goes the down. And that was brought to you by what is it? Promote for
Stuff for you.
that one. Promo stuff for you.
What was?
I can't read that segment. Well, and I just want to show you one of the things that he has given us.
Are you
Is
kidding
this
me?
book.
Are you kidding me?
Where'd you get that?
I got it as a gift.
Look at that.
I
Wow.
love this.
This is an amazing.
And it charges
gift.
your phone?
It charges my phone. I love this.
And that's Jeff, our friend, promo stuff for you. And I'm going to start using this because I need a notebook. We are now going to be using all of this stuff. And as you can see, Ann is using it as well. This is famous stuff. And you put your phone on top of there and it charges it and
Yeah.
everything else.
And they are now in the T-shirt business as well. I got confirmation.
Are you allowed to say that?
I'm not allowed to say what. I'm just going to say that they are.
Jeff actually is going into the T-shirt business.
So not only promo stuff and branding and all kinds of things, they're also now going to be doing T-shirt work, which is pretty exciting.
Pretty cool.
So, Ann, we're talking, and all of Ann's information is amazing. We're going into, I call it New Year, New You. We're saying we're leaving the
New
past
year, new
behind.
you.
New Year, New You. We're going forward. But people can contact you. You can work with them. I really want this call to action so people understand. I love having you here with us every Wednesday. I love the emails. I love the energy of the week. But you can help people with their universal tools. Pray, God, fantastic.
Or get some tools.
But maybe there's some tools that we need to add to our toolbox along with prayer and faith.
Yeah, we need to be practical. We need to bring the universal truth down home. We need to make it practical and user friendly because we're in a world where everybody asks this question: what's in it for me? So that's why I do the energy of the week to, like, even with our with the previous speaker. I mean, it's so mind-boggling to me that taking it to a bigger perspective, she was talking about the energy of the week without even knowing it. Like the energy of the week is
Or
all
maybe
about.
she knew it, but it wasn't put into words like you do it.
But imagine like the message, imagine the timing. I don't believe that there are any coincidences.
True that.
Everything happens for a reason. Sitting here and talking about revealing your potential that was already there. You didn't know it was there. And what she does is put that into a picture. I was just listening. I'm going, yeah, if we only had a picture, if we only knew how to bring that potential out, then we would all be walking into our purpose and our mission, our destiny, whatever that is. And for each person, it's so different. When I'm working with businesses, the thing that I like to focus on is to make sure that business owners, employees, that people are really connecting and representing their real, true self, that they're not pretending to be somebody that they're not. Some people are great at sales. Some people are great at some people are great at organizing, at processing, technology, and everybody has to. When everybody does their own piece, it is like a picture that you have. What do you call that? Pixels, and that each person on this planet is a different pixel, and then when you put it all together, it makes a picture. So when you walk into an organization, I always say you can always tell when there's respect for the individual, because each person is doing their individual purpose, and it flows and it creates a unified whole. And that's
Unified
what we want
what?
to do. A
Whole.
unified whole. That's what we want to create.
A wholeness.
A
I know.
wholeness.
That's a
This
unique way
person
of
does
saying
this,
that.
this person does this person does this. And then together, you're not stepping on other people's toes. You're not stepping
getting
on your
this?
employees. You're not stepping on your boss, because you are the master of this. You are the master of this. You are the master of this. And there's honor and respect.
Wait, is that called a team?
Yes.
You getting this?
You getting this?
You got it?
You got it. The team, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Now, does it begin with the acknowledgement that maybe you should give yourself a little bit of credit and say, you know something, you ain't too bad?
You know what? I disagree, Freddie.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You don't think you should give yourself the credit for bringing this team together?
No.
For overseeing it?
No.
What about
I think-
what about your family?
I think, wait, let me go back to Freddie. I think, yes, you can take some credit after the job is pushed along the way and you're starting to see the results and you're starting to see the benefits of your creation and your hard work. But the fear in that, and this is where I like to caution people, is don't get too comfortable. Then ego rears its ugly head, and you start with, look what I did, look what I did, look what I did. Guys, we don't do anything. We partner with our higher power to create.
Amen.
And we get into a really big problem when we start with the patting ourselves on the back.
So we never do that.
We do.
No, we shouldn't do that.
We should, but like quickly and like, okay, next. Next is a great word. That next is a great place to be in, because life is always about the new. Life is always
Well,
about the next
hold on.
creation.
There's a reason I'm asking you this information. So you shouldn't sit
I'm
there.
on a roll. You're getting that. Right?
No, I
I'm
get
buzzing.
it, but other people around me need to get it. So you shouldn't sit back and say, look at everything I've done, look what I've done, look what I've done, look what I've done. It's not about that.
Do you like talking to people who just talk about themselves? Look what I did, look what I done, look what I did, look what I done.
I'm in the talk about your business,
That's
but
two different things. The one is talk about your business. One is the ego.
yes, which usually go hand in hand, no?
I don't know.
For men, I think.
Not for women?
But, Ariana Grande.
For women, it's the lack of
Ariana
ego?
Grande started here, right?
Yeah.
You know her. You don't know her song. Thank you next. Thank you next.
Thank you next.
We move.
Don't sit still. As long as
Don't settle?
Don't settle. Don't sit still.
Don't be
It's always
complacent.
about the next creation.
But should you walk around telling people, listen, be more you? Be the bigger
Yeah.
you? Do you do that? Do you
Yeah,
actually?
oh my
So what do
God.
you do when people say, who the hell do you think you are? Because they're going to feel, you don't know me.
Yeah, well, this is where you have to, this is part of my marriage course, is very much part asking permission before you do something
Gotcha,
like that.
gotcha.
I don't just go up to anybody and say, I'm reading you and you got this issue and you got that issue and we got to do this and you got to do this. You got to be in relationship. It's about creating relationship. That's when I go into corporations. It's all about creating unified, dignified corporate communities. And part of that is understanding the boundaries and respecting each person's space. I'm working with people. I'm not going to just tell them, you're in a bad mood today. You got to buck up. It's more of a being relationship, and it's like, hey, you create that relationship, you create that connection, then you can get into another person's space and say, do you need me to scratch under your arm?
No, I have a question. I don't want to forget.
Are you itchy?
I don't want to forget.
What's your question?
So you're talking to somebody, right? And either you're working with them or whatever, and they just, they're just on the left today. They're like off the charts. You don't want, it's toxic. For
So
lack
how
of a
would
better
you
word.
treat someone? How would you
How do
treat
you
someone
tell them?
with dignity in that situation? Because dignity, leading with the right. Remember we talked about right and left.
So how do you do it?
You got to lead with the right.
So what do you say? Are you having a bad day?
I would take them. This is assuming that we have a relationship. Where
Assume
I
you
can
don't.
do that.
No, assume you don't have a relationship.
Well, if I'm a boss, then that's the relationship. I would take, but dignity always leads. You lead with the right. I would take the person into an office privately because of dignity. I would never bring something
Suppose
personal
you're
like
at a
that up.
networking party, you never met this person, in 3 minutes
They what?
Then what?
What do you do?
They what?
You tell
Then
them-
what?
3 minutes,
What do they say?
they're toxic, but they're all about themselves, the ego, the da.
Nice to meet you. Excuse me, I have to go to the
So
bathroom.
you walk away.
Yeah.
But that's my point.
Yeah. Discernment.
Do you?
Discernment.
Hmm.
For sure.
But you don't.
I never do.
You go
I
right
never
in.
have.
You go right in.
Yeah, because you're an agitator.
No. Has nothing to do- I'm not the agitator.
I
The
know, I
agitator is the
know.
person that's agitating. I'm trying to figure you out.
You gotta know who your peeps are. You gotta know who to work with, who's open to receive a message.
But let me ask you, do you always got to know? Is the world based
You always
on you
gotta
knowing?
ask.
But aren't you given the power to bring forth those that don't know? In other words, the one that needs the less help is the one you don't help
But
as
how
much.
do you judge
We
who
always
needs
have
help?
this conversation, right?
Yeah.
It always boils down to this with
It always
Freddie.
boils down with that.
Because Freddie is the quintessential, I am gonna say, you're a savior. You wanna save the world.
I don't want to save the world. I want you to save yourself.
Yeah.
You want to clean the path for people to come to their own awareness.
There's a reason that people having
what
a
if they
bad
don't
day.
know how?
What is that expression? You can take a cow to bring a
lead.
horse
Horse.
to water,
But you
but you
can't
can't
make
make
him
a drink.
Right.
So you can bring the horse to water, Freddie, but at some point it's up to that other person to decide if they're going to drink or not.
Do you know the part of that whole saying that's missing?
What is it?
You're bringing the horse. You see, everybody talks about the end. Everybody talks about giving it the water, and it doesn't chooses not to. That isn't the problem. The
But
problem is,
that
do you
walking the
take the
horse-
time
It depends.
to walk the horse?
It
It
depends.
doesn't. And 90% of the people do not take
It
the time.
depends what your motivation is. If I'm in a corporation if I'm in a business and a business owner comes to me or manager comes to me and says, this group of people, I've tried, I've worked with them, it doesn't work. I can't bring them to the wall. I can't make them drink. Okay? At that point, you got to look at all the different elements, what's going on, what's causing the blockage. But then you have intrinsic, because it's an employee-boss relationship, you have an intrinsic agreement to go in and do the work. Okay, so then you can take the horse to the water. And hopefully with education, they will drink.
But the problem is the taking too. See, the problem that I have with that whole analogy is that people's method of taking a horse to water is incorrect. Now,
well, maybe it's incorrect to you, but it's not incorrect to others.
it's incorrect to the person that's not drinking.
No, but that's
The approach is wrong.
Wait.
Can you please say actually, Freddie?
Actually, Freddie.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dawn.
What do you think?
I
You
think,
get me, right?
I think the issue is that if you are yourself
Yes.
taking yourself to the water and are aware.
If you did that, you wouldn't need anybody.
No, but you're saying you want to lead other people to the water.
No. What I'm saying is that people, like bosses, they try to take you to drink the water. And it doesn't work. You just use the example.
Well, what are they trying to get you to do?
They're trying to have you drink the water to see things the way they want you to see them.
But that's not. Then they're focused on one thing, one product.
But then my question here, and now the interns and the producers will tell you, I have never asked them to do what I want them to do for me. I want to drink from their wine. I want to drink from their chalice.
So you want to empower them.
Of course.
Okay, so that not
His
everybody
English
just
is not
because
so very sexy. We had to get to that point.
My English is not very sexy. I thought it was very clear. I just think that people who try to say, drink from this water and it doesn't work, and they come to you and says, I can't get them to drink the water. That's because the method of getting them to that water
it's
hole
not
doesn't
only
work.
the method, it's what is everyone buying into? What's the corporate
Or
vision?
maybe that's not the right water.
What's the corporate vision? Because if people are in alignment with what that corporate vision is and they want to work towards that vision, what the underlying mission is of that business, go back to that analogy. If the mission of the business is to provide a substandard product and to basically rape their employees and the public, then
That's a strong word, but okay.
Okay, well, you know what?
I know.
Go tinkle. So that's it. Go tinkle.
Well, how do we use obstacles to move forward?
How do you
How
use
do we
what?
take these obstacles, these challenges that life presents us, to grow, to see a better side, instead of looking at it as the world is against me? How do I go forward?
So the first thing is to understand that, look, we have to become very aware and understand the reality that life is full of challenges. Most of humanity lives in denial and just wants to run away
Agreed.
and distract and don't want to deal.
Agreed.
Could you imagine taking a bunch of those people and putting them in your business, and every time there's an issue with customer service on the line, sorry ma'am, I'll get back to you later, boom. You're having a corporate meeting, oh, I'm sorry, my kids are calling me, I gotta go, we'll take this up later. This is the world we live in.
Agreed.
So we need to have first education and an understanding of the universal truths. Universal truth number one is that challenges are a given, they will always be a given, and you need to know how to make friends with them. That's number one. Most people don't understand that reality. They don't even know that concept. When I introduce that in a corporate setting, they're like, what? Really? No, I thought we're supposed to distract, we're supposed to run away from challenges. That's number one. It's about awareness. Awareness number two is, how do you relate to the challenge? How do you react? Now, then you have to teach people that there are options when the challenges arise. Can you react or be proactive? I know I'm being very oversimplistic. But that also takes,
But do you allow, in that example, do you allow them to voice why they're not? Why they are, okay.
They have to voice. They have to. That's one of the primary ways of becoming aware of your default setting, as I like to call it.
So when they tell you the reason is that they don't believe in themselves because, where do we go from there?
So then you have to really start looking and counting your blessings and your superpowers and your gifts. And that's where you become authentic and you connect with the real you. Maybe I'm in the wrong job. Maybe I'm in the wrong career. Maybe this isn't calling to my God-given strengths.
And
and
some
my
of it's
calling.
has to be about accountability. Got it?
Got it.
Because not everyone is meant for every job. Not
Right.
every boss is meant to lead every employee, right? We have different things, different options to take that accountability and say, you know what, maybe this isn't for me, maybe this isn't for you. Or if it is, how do I make myself better to fit in the realm of, I really want to do this. I take accountability that maybe I could have done this better, not just my bad, but I understand, let me do something more.
Those are the coping strategies. Those are the tools that we work together on how to cope with challenges and stuff like that. But then the deeper thing that I find always fascinating is when I walk into a business, the question always is, well, what's the corporate mission? Because there needs to be a buy-in. And for the most part, well, what do you mean? We're just we're selling shoes. The corporate mission is to make $2 million this quarter. And no, people, that's intangible. Like unless you're going to take your employees and put them on the floor with $2 million of bills and let them throw the money around, they don't even connect to that. But a mission, a corporate mission, a corporate picnic, a corporate charity event, something that connects them to a bigger picture. People are starving today. Humanity is starving to feel like they belong.
Okay, and what do you do with people who tell you, what are you doing wasting your time in that business? What do you do? Like when I started in streaming, for 2 years, you know how many people laughed at me? They're still laughing. They ain't laughing as much. They're still laughing because I'm still here and they're not. They changed jobs 15 different times and over. It's like your daughter being an artist and people are laughing at that. What do you do to squash that noise so it doesn't rent space in the head, because this is a dangerous area.
Oh my
when they
gosh.
start renting space here, you're done. What do you do to squash that noise and say, you know what? Over there.
You know, it's something. There's something that I teach in my seminars and I write about in my book. So again, we go back to awareness, right? So first of all, a lot of people aren't even aware of those two voices. And I always say, once you become aware, you think you're like, God forbid, schizophrenic, because you got this one saying, do this, don't do this, no, don't do this, and you have this whole conversation going on in your head. Whenever you identify, and each one of us are somewhat predictable, I'm not good enough. If you really stop and listen to what's going on in your head, the things that you're telling yourself, I'm never going to make it, this isn't good, I'm never going to get the money, I can't pay my bills, whatever's going on here, I'm this, I'm that. Whenever you identify that negative self-talk, and what I usually have people do is I'll say to them, okay, go out, before we start working together, everybody go and get a beautiful notebook. What do you have, Dawn? Do you have something really beautiful and nice sitting
No,
there?
she has one of these.
I do have one of those.
Oh, you have one of those
Yes.
too. But I say get something blingy, the color you like. You know, get a journal. Get something that really you really love, because it's a new beginning. And I want you to sit down and I want you to write. Take about 10 minutes and just sit quietly, patio, whatever, in your bed. I don't care. Write down all the negative things you tell yourself. Just quiet yourself for 10 minutes and listen to what you tell yourself.
Scares you. It's going to scare you when you see what you write.
So they write the list down. Now, most of them, what I find amazing is that when we come back for our next session, they go, I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit down with myself for 10 minutes. I just kept fighting it and resisting it and resisting it. And I said, okay, some people will do it, some people we have to do it together. I said, I'll sit with you quietly for 10 minutes and I want you to write. They need that support. So we'll sit together for 10 minutes, they'll write down all the things they tell themselves. And then when they're done, I'll say, okay, now you've identified it. Now, when you go out and about, you're going to start hearing, and then you're going to feel like, no, shut up. No, shh. You're going to have like this ongoing conversation. I said, but instead of telling yourself to shut up, what I want you to tell yourself, it's like superimposing. Every time you identify a negative self-talk, I want you to superimpose, I am a loving, caring, sharing creator. I'm a loving, caring, sharing creator. And it's very similar concept-wise to what the previous guest spoke about, creating an image. So you're creating an image of a loving, caring, sharing creator, which is what our source material really is all about. So you're reconnecting to source. You don't even know you're doing it on a subconscious, it's all subconscious, but I'm a loving, caring, sharing creator. So you're reconnecting to source, which is good, which is creation energy, which is and then they'll all say to me, oh my God, I said that to myself 1,000,000 times today. I was like, no, I'm a loving, caring, sharing creator. No, all day long. I said, how did you feel? Everything that came along was more manageable. Now, also, the holy language is very interesting because the word I am in the holy language is ehie. Ehie, I am, it just takes you into source creation energies. So Moses used those words, just very, very powerful. So a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? And words, the words that you tell each other, are also creation energy. So it really begins there. So I hope you guys will go out and about over the next couple of days and just keep seeing yourself, no, I'm a loving, caring, sharing creator. No. And it just starts to shift you into the person you were destined to be.
And everyone's destined to be someone else.
Good message today.
And how do people find you?
They find me on Good to Better. Good is GOOD, Better 2020 at gmail.com.
And you are available for hire for corporate speaking, for individuals.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to just call, I'm happy to do a complimentary session to just get to know you and see if we're a good fit, if our missions match, and if we really care about the same things, about healing the world.
Healing the world and finding some of those universal tools to help you get through those challenges and those obstacles that take you to the next level.
That's right. Don't think you're alone, because you're not alone. There's a
Far
lot of help
from
on
alone.
And I'm going to tell you, I challenge Ann every week. From a man's perspective, from a person's perspective, and I will challenge her all the time, because I want to make sure she's authentic, and she is. She's the real deal. I mean, you're not going to get anything that's not true with her. She's going to tell you exactly where it's at.
Yeah, most of the people say to me, yeah, with you, we know you're going to speak it the way it is.
It is
I don't
what
know
it
if that's
is.
a good thing
It
or
is.
a bad thing, but...
Look at the world we live in. It's all about being politically correct, and somebody comes
Well,
along
I don't know
and
how to
isn't.
do that.
Neither does he.
I don't know how to do that.
But it was a great show today. Have fun?
Had fun. How about you? Message received yet?
I got it.
Listen,
You got it?
If just a few people walked away thinking a little bit and going, job done.
Job done.
Listen, and if you want to talk to Ann, we invite you to come on Tuesday, which is not your day. We invite you to come on Tuesday. Come in here and listen to some of the music. We have a famous singer. We have a
Music of Ian Michaels, and on Wednesday,
violinist. And then what's the other instrument? I'm not saying it.
piano.
Mhm.
The pianist.
The
That'll be on Tuesday. On Wednesday, when we have Ann's segment, the 12 o'clock hour is going to be brought to you by Brain Bowl 2020. So we're going to be talking about Alzheimer's and dementia and have their whole committee picture taken
That's
here
on
as well.
Wednesday.
So come on out. That's an open event, hopefully to be held in the warehouse bay.
That's right. Come on down and have a cup of coffee with us.
Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place from Dawn and
Freddie S. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.